I started this, Jake made grilled cheese in an air fryer. Whoop, almost dropped it. It's pretty tasty. Actually tastes like it's fried. Wild. Eat that, young man. So if you haven't guessed, I'm making instant pudding today. Jake and I have not a feud per se. So I grew up on, I don't know if you can see, I grew up on instant pudding. Jake grew up on cook and serve pudding. And we're currently out of cook and serve. But we wanted pudding and I had some instant around. And Jake's like, oh, it's gonna taste terrible. So my plan is to make this the normal instant way and then put it in the microwave and see if that helps it develop a skin or something, because the skin, I will agree, the skin on cook and serve is really good and I do really enjoy it, but this was my childhood, so I can't give it up. I actually got chocolate fudge instead of plain chocolate, so I'm also curious about how different that will taste from just regular chocolate. Part of me is wondering if I should side by side this and make two. I might make two. And do one on the oven and one in the microwave and see what the difference is. Hold up, distracted. So, as I was figuring out if I actually have enough milk to do 2 puddings, which I don't, and this is gonna expire today, which is why I was gonna make pudding in the first place, so I just don't have enough to make 2 puddings. But, while I was doing that, Jake opened something else that we had, because I was curious about it. So, I love me some Fresca. If you haven't had Fresca, it's like a grapefruit citrus drink, and it goes good in basically anything. It's delicious. So, when we were at the store, I didn't grow up with Fresca. I actually only learned about Fresca, like, I don't know, in like the last year. I'd heard of it, but I'd never drank it, and it's delicious, and now I love it, and we buy it all the time. Especially because it's like a 0-calorie drink, too. That's great, right? I know they're not good for you. That's all Jake drinks, though. I mostly drink water, so I can splurge every once in a while and not drink water. Anyway, I also found out, I grew up on Squirt, and they have a 0 sugar Squirt, and I've never had them side by side, so I want to try them side by side and just see what the difference is. So, that's what I'm going to do quick, and then I'll make pudding. Let's snap. Alright. Fresca's what I've been drinking recently, so I'm going to start with that and see what I can taste. So good. It's so hard to explain. I don't like grapefruit, but I love the grapefruit flavor in this. Alright. So I guess that's my control, sort of. So let's see if Squirt tastes a lot different as another grapefruit soda, or if it's pretty similar. Squirt's a little sweeter. And it's not as punchy, I don't think. It's got less of a tang. It's a little more sweet and a little less tang than Fresca. So, yeah, this also definitely, it's grapefruit citrus in this, so I think the tang is a little bit of citrus in here. So that's what makes the difference between this and the Squirt. Both very good. I would probably still stick with Fresca. Anyway, that's my tangent. Now let's make some pudding. Alright, just trying to give Jake the Fresca real quick, so now I'm back. So, I had an idea. Since, like I said, I can't do 2 separate ones because I don't have enough milk. But I was thinking, and pudding, you take this whole package and then it's 2 cups of milk. So my idea is I will actually I'll measure this out. I have a scale right here too, because we just keep the scale here because we use it. Calorie counters. And not that it stops me from eating over my calories every day. And I figure I'll measure this out, and I'll do half in the bowl, make it instant, and microwave it, and the other half I'm going to try and make on the stove as, like, even though it's instant, I'm just going to make it as a regular pudding. I'm assuming it will still work fine, but we'll try it out. So, here is to measuring. How much is this? What's it say on the box? It's supposed to be 20 grams per serving. Alright, there's 20 grams there. I'm going to go grab. Here's my pot. I'm gonna save this for now. I'm gonna put the milk in it first and kind of let it preheat before I throw this in here, but it should be the same amount. So let's milk it up in here. This is unfortunate because my measuring cup is like running off of the thing, so hopefully I can find my pan's squeaking because I turned it on already. I'm not going fast enough. Yeah, there's like a tiny bit left in here. Like I can make some chocolate milk if I want to. Some hot Nesquik if I want to try that again. But for now, I will stick with my Fresca and making this. Let me move this scale out of the way. Don't need that. And make some regular old pudding. Alright, that's as good as it's gonna get because I'm gonna hurry on over to the stovetop and figure that out. Starting to bubble. Okay, first impressions. So I did both. I put the instant pudding, the one I made, cold first and then put in the microwave. I put it in the microwave for 2 minutes. I guess one factor I didn't think about is that I'm using almond milk instead of regular milk, so I probably should have used less milk at the beginning, but that's just one qualifier for this experiment, which honestly, so as you saw, I took the bowl out of the microwave and there was a skin on it. It didn't affect the middle, but it was on the outside. Putting it in, I tried to scoop it out so that I could still try some of the skin, because that's what I'm aiming for, is to have a skin on the pudding. That's not cook and serve. On the one I did on the stovetop, so this was a hard one to measure. In normal cook and serve, it's basically liquid and then it eventually thickens up once it starts bubbling. This started bubbling, but it still felt the same thickness because it's instant pudding, so it's meant to set way before cook and serve. So it was basically already set and it was bubbling like while it was already set. So this I put into a smaller container hoping it would get a skin on it, but I don't see any skin appearing on the one I made on the stovetop. It did go faster than cook and serve would, but it did not make the skin like I wanted. But now the taste test to see if they taste any different. And this is probably better that I use the same pudding instead of using 2 different chocolates anyway, so I could tell the difference. So, these are probably still hot. I still have the skin on the spoon on the microwave one, so I want to eat that first. Alright, cheers. It's a very small layer of skin, so it's not as satisfying as the cook and serve. I'll give that to Jake. The taste is overall good. I hate this because I have to concede until I have to admit that cook and serve is actually better, because we made that also like yesterday and it was better than this is. It's been a long time since I've had instant pudding. But this is better. Or cook and serve is better than this. Don't mad about it. But the microwave version isn't bad. Maybe the one on the stovetop will taste better because I cooked it on the stovetop like cook and serve does. Let's find out. Oh, so this picks up pretty easily. It's like a little watery. This is the microwave one. This is the one I did on the stovetop, and it's like having trouble, like it's more goopy. It's having trouble going onto the spoon and just wants to fall right off it, and it slides off and like not a lot stays. Whereas the microwave one is a lot, like I said, waterier. So even though there's not a visible skin, it's like it almost is like slime. Like it's like the slime that kids play with. That's the consistency of the one I put on the stovetop. So I feel like I might have made this worse. Maybe the heat wasn't good for an instant pudding. Alright, well let's try it. That's weird. It almost tastes slimy. And there's less flavor in it. I like cooked some of the flavor out of this. Cause the texture feels weird. Like you don't have to chew it, but you really have to like move your tongue up and down to get it down your throat. the texture's so off-putting, and yeah, it doesn't taste it doesn't taste anywhere near as good as the microwave one. This is hilarious. To be fair, the microwave one is cooling down quicker, so I don't know if that's making a difference because it's naturally meant to be cold and not warm. It still tastes good warm or cold, but this is hilarious. I was so sure the one on the stovetop would be better. But no, the stovetop one turned into slime, has less taste, and did not have a skin. Whereas the microwave one has like the same taste, or a better taste anyway, had a skin, and is good. So I guess what I'm saying is, if you want to have a warm instant pudding, and you like the things I like, maybe you'd prefer this one. I don't know. Maybe you like a more subtle taste with a more like, oh, look at this, hold on. Look at this fall all over itself. This is hilarious. Okay. But yeah, so that was the experiment. Oh, that one's so much worse. The microwave one's almost gone. So if you want to make this, I would suggest either just make your instant pudding. Just enjoy it. Don't let anyone tell you that cook and serve is better than instant pudding if you like instant pudding. And if you like cook and serve, don't be conceited about it. We know it's good. Sometimes we're just lazy and we don't want to babysit the stove, because when you make this on the stove, you gotta sit there and stir constantly. But when you're just making instant, you can stir constantly for like a minute or two and then you're done, as opposed to like standing by the stove for 5 or 10 minutes. So, you know, some of us just don't want to spend the time. That's what I'm usually like. So just let them enjoy their instant pudding. Whatever you enjoy better. I hope this was enlightening. Make it cold first, is my advice. And I'll see you around. I'm gonna wash some from Fresca. Cheers. And I hope you enjoyed my weird kitchen experiments. I keep thinking of weird things I want to do in the kitchen, so I'm just making a video about it. Anyway, have a great rest of your day. I'll see you again in the next video. Bye!